Precision English for data retention and deletion policies. Welcome! In this quick lesson, we'll demystify data retention policies, your blueprint for what to keep, for how long, and why. A clear policy lets you control how long data is kept, so you don't store sensitive information indefinitely. That reduces legal risk, keeping only what laws require, security risk, less data to breach, and storage costs. It also proves compliance with clear timelines you can show to auditors, clients, and regulators. Think of it as housekeeping for data. You keep what's useful and lawful and safely let go of the rest, on purpose, on schedule, and with evidence. First, the essentials. The retention period is the time you keep data. For example, 7 years for invoices. Deletion means removing data beyond recovery, including from archives and trash. A legal hold is a formal order to pause deletion because of litigation, an investigation, or a regulatory request. Finally, anonymization removes identifiers so data cannot be linked back to a person, while pseudonymization replaces identifiers with tokens but can be reversed with a key. Use anonymization to reuse insights safely. Use pseudonymization when you still need to reconnect identities under strict controls. Define the scope so no one guesses. List the data types and sources: customer records, logs, emails, contracts, analytics, HR files, and where they come from. Include all systems that store or process them: CRMs, ticketing tools, cloud storage, data warehouses. And don't forget backups and exports sitting in shared drives or vendor platforms. Name the data owners and responsible teams: legal, security, engineering, ops, so accountability is clear. When scope is explicit, teams know what to collect, retain, delete, or anonymize, and audits become predictable rather than painful. Choose retention periods by balancing law, contracts, and business need. Start with regulatory baselines, e.g., tax or employment rules. Then overlay what contracts require, and finally what operations genuinely need. Publish default periods for common data with a clear exceptions list for special cases like financial records or safety incidents. Document the start point that triggers the clock, such as account closure, last activity, or contract termination, so timers are consistent. When the why, how long, and starting when are written down, teams can automate with confidence. Spell out irreversible deletion steps: wipe in production, purge caches, clear search indexes, sanitize logs where feasible, and destroy encryption keys when used for crypto shredding. Cover both live systems and backups. Define when backup copies become eligible and how they're removed in scheduled cycles. Always record proof: timestamps, job IDs, object counts, exception lists, and audit logs that show who initiated deletion and the outcome. Verification closes the loop. Test restores to confirm data is gone, and document results for compliance reviews. Create a repeatable process to place, track, and lift legal holds. Legal initiates the hold. Systems tag affected records, and automated deletions are paused only for the scoped data. Notify affected teams and vendors with clear instructions and deadlines, including how to preserve relevant backups. Keep a centralized registry that shows who is covered, what data is in scope, and the hold status. When the hold is lifted, resume the scheduled deletion and document the catch-up actions so your environment returns to normal and your audit trail stays complete. Honor erase requests unless there's a lawful reason to keep the data, such as legal obligations, fraud prevention, or unresolved disputes. If you must retain, Minimize the data and restrict access with tighter permissions, shorter retention, and clear purposes. Be honest about trade-offs in backups and logs. Sometimes you can't delete immediately without breaking integrity. In that case, exclude the data from restores, document the delay, and ensure it's deleted automatically on the next backup cycle. Transparency builds trust without risking compliance. Here are clean phrases you can drop into your policy. We retain data only as long as necessary for legal, contractual, and operational purposes. Upon expiry, we delete or anonymize data securely using industry-standard methods. Backups purge on a rolling schedule, and data becomes eligible once it reaches its scheduled window. Legal holds suspend deletion for the data in scope until the matter is resolved, after which scheduled deletion resumes. Short, clear sentences reduce ambiguity and help engineers translate policy into automation.